All right, this is John Chapman with the 49ers Rush Podcast, and this is another video series just breaking down the offense and how well they did versus the Browns. We're going to go through a whole bunch of plays and try to figure out what's going on and why they've been so successful. Now, this is the first play of the game, and you can kind of already see here one of the key concepts of the Kyle Shanahan zone running system is this backside cutback off of the zone read. So, here's what's going to happen. So everybody is blocking to the offensive right. So from our view, from the left side, they're blocking to the left. And now once all this momentum gets moving this way, obviously you can pick any hole here, and there is a hole here. You can see right here there's a little bit of space. You got an ISO right here with him coming up. So you have a guy counted here, guy counted here. However, in the zone blocking scheme, whenever you hit this backside A gap, backside B gap, this is where the home run happens. And it happens all because of this player right here, George Kittle, who always just makes such a key play because he is able to cut. This is the backside cutback defender. He is allowed to stay him off. And then after that, it's just Matt Breda. He is just special. One of the leaders in yards per carry, his speed. He broke the record, which was his last year, waving bye-bye to the players. But he broke the record last year for the fastest ball carrier, and then he re-broke that this week. So that's that backside cutback in the zone blocking scheme that a lot of times just gets huge plays. Now, this next play, we're going to see a similar concept. Again, it's a zone blocking play. And again, this is a little bit of a counter. We've seen this. This is a staple of Kyle Shanahan where the fullback, which is all the linebackers are going to key the up back. He's going to take you to the play. Now, what Kyle Shanahan has done is he will do a false step counter move with the fullback to set both linebackers up to take this step as well to create a better blocking angle. And it's a false step, and then it's going to come back to this side. So watch use check. As soon as he takes that step, boom, right here you see the linebacker try to fill this hole. That's what his responsibility is. However, it's a misread because you can see we have the guard pulling over here to create numbers on this side, and use check as well is going to jump over. Now, it's going to be a huge adjustment without use check for the next 4 to 6 weeks, but we get to see this beauty come through here. Look at that beautiful hole, both hands on the ball coming through, and that's just what Kyle Shanahan does. Now, here we go. This is a new play, and I don't know if we have a name for it. This is, when you see this, the jet sweep with a lot of speed, wide receivers just sprinting across pre-motion, and you turn around, snap the ball, and you give it to the speedy guy. Well, I don't think we call it a jet sweep whenever it's big George Kittle coming across. You can call that an end around, but it's not a traditional end around because he's going before the ball snapped. So it is a jet sweep motion. I want to call it the jumbo sweep or the airplane 747 sweep coming across. But here's what you have. The under keys for the linebackers is everything is going this way because usually the linebackers are keen on the fullback who's not in here or the halfback, but usually the back is what they're going to read, or even the quarterback, the way in which he opens his hips. So every single under key and run key is telling these linebackers to go this way. But however, this is false read, and we have it coming across the side. And then you look at this just great blocking locked up out here. This is just the way you, again, you can extend that even further. Marquise Goodwin had so many great blocks downfield, and you just get a hat on a hat, and you stay with your guy, and you allow your carrier, your ball carrier, even if it is a tight end, to make a play. A great job again here, and this is one of the things that's special about George Kittle. He will never go out of bounds. You could say you want to keep him safe, you want to keep him healthy, whatever. Nope. He is going to maximize and fight through everything. The guy is a tank, and he led the NFL in yards after the catch last year, given that was a run, but it doesn't matter. It's all about maximizing gains for Kittle. Now, this play right here is the Breda touchdown catch. Started a little late there, but what I want you to see here is just this pocket. Mike McGlinchey's down now, so we're going to have 2 new offensive tackles, which is rough. But you've got to love the way this is set up. You can see here they've got 4 defenders coming. It's just a 4-man rush, but such a clean pocket. And look at this throwing lane. That is just it's exactly how you draw it up. We have an option route right here. with Matt Breda. You're going to see him set up. He's got basically, he can go whichever way he wants to go, but based on that move right there, the fact that he went out first and then under, I mean, geez, it was done as soon as he got into the body. Just watch this juke set. Matt Breda doing it in the passing game and the running game. What a great catch for the touchdown. Now, Tevin Coleman made his first time back. He was out with an ankle injury, but he comes back. This is a textbook clinic of an outside zone. This is just straight outside zone. So you can see all of the movement is going to the right. If you watch just the first step of all the offensive linemen, you're going to see that right foot flat step, right foot flat step, right foot flat step. And so they're not even going to be getting upfield. Rather, they're going to be getting horizontal and staying parallel to the line of scrimmage. And what they're going to do is just essentially move. It's a simple gap scheme, and everything that they're trying to do is just move and widen the gaps. He doesn't have a specific hole that he's supposed to go through. It's just all these gaps are going to get larger as this play expands. And you can see here, they've actually even gotten vertical movement thanks to McGlinchey and Kittel and even Person right here. You can see how it's just this wall is built, almost like a punt return wall. And then from there, you just got to make a play. Kittel does a great job. You can see how he's tugging the jersey, but he lets go last minute. Could have got a holding call on that one, but a little close. But again, just pay attention to the blockers forming that wall. And then, again, the secondary blocking. A lot of people are getting on Dante Pettis. He had a very, very bad game, but his run blocking was very, very efficient and able to allow him to get extra yards there. All right, here we go. This is a small run. This isn't a big play, but I wanted to highlight this because it's only going to get a couple of yards, but I want you to pay attention to this backside blocking, namely Justin School. We weren't sure how he was going to do coming in for the start off the bye week, but here's the deal, all right? It's only going to get 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards total. But this play clearly shows why this Kyle Shanahan 49ers offense keeps having huge runs. Because if he breaks this tackle, which we have, we broke 8 tackles in the running game alone versus the Browns on Monday night. If he breaks this tackle, because of the effort by Kittel here, School, this scoop block to cut the backside off is very, very impressive. Watch him get over here and position his body to wall off the linebacker. Just a great job. He's there. I mean, that is textbook. That is wonderful. So if for some reason McGlinchey holds this block just a little bit longer, or he is able to break through this. I mean, it's not necessarily to the house. You do have one deep safety, but this is why the 49ers have so many huge plays, is because of that backside cutoff in the zone blocking scheme. All right, now let's get into the passing game, and let's just see some weird Kyle Shanahan madness. This is going to be a double motion play to get Kittel open. Now, I'm going to show this from 2 different angles, okay? This is the all-22. You're going to have Kittel. You're going to have Kittel up here, but watch all these motions to try to get Kittel open. And again, it's going to make a little bit more sense once I show you from the backside. So we have the motion in, but we're not done. Then we're going to motion Kyle Juszczyk all the way across as well. So already, and you can see this defender right here, he is motioning change your man coverage, okay? And it's going to change their run keys to this guy. If we go back to where we started, okay, we're in an empty set. So the run keys, they're basically non-existent because Jimmy Garoppolo's not going to run out of an empty set. So what's going to happen here is everybody is going to be reading their man defender, or the safety is going to be reading the unblocked offensive lineman for their key there. But once these motions take place, everything changed. Now we have a back. Now all these linebackers are going to be keying the back, which is going to change their eyesight. And then our next motion, now that's going to change man responsibilities. And then what's going to happen, we're going to have Kittel just run a simple drag across. Now, he gets the catch, and again, you can see how he catches the ball. It's a decent pass in the face of pressure. But now let's see this same play. Okay, here's Kittel. This is the ball carrier, and this is going to be the player that's responsible for Kittel on the drag route across. Now, once we bring this person in, the way that this is going to work is, even if it's a zone or a man, whatever, he's going to be responsible here for man, and the safety or whoever is going to be responsible here. But due to the motion. Now everything is about to change. And watch him. He pointed out, look. That's your man now. So man just changed. So now his run read and his eyesight's going to go here. So watch the snap of the ball. As soon as the snap of the ball happens, you can see his eyes. He is tracking his run read. However, it's not a run. Rather, the play responsibility, his man responsibility is here because of the pre-snap motion, and voila, look at the separation that happens, all because of the pre-snap everything. He catches the ball, and then pay attention to this first down marker. He gets the first down by 2 yards, which was created by the pre-snap motion and run read. Again, this is all just X's and O on the chalkboard, showing its head and why our head coach, our offensive coach, is much better than your defensive coach. Okay, here we go. This is a 4th and 1, and one of my favorite plays of the game. You're going to see Tevin Coleman right here, 4th and 1. We've got 2 backs, and this is just a false motion, just trying to get these guys to hesitate a little bit. But I want you to pay attention to Tevin Coleman here. The blocking up front is wonderful. The hole doesn't get expanded much. You can see it open up right there, but whenever he plants, the one-step cutback is gigantic. And watch how he just literally just like glances off of his own lineman and just stays forward. This is 4th and 1. All you got to do is get 1. But the blocking up front is great. But Tevin Coleman, who I've not been the biggest fan of, even through his injury, even before his injury, this is wonderful. If he bounces it, this isn't going to go well. It's 4th and 1, both hands on the ball, get vertical, put that foot in the ground. That was just a wonderful run, and he just kept his pads low and just kept going. Now, let's see the big play. This is the Tevin Coleman, and again, you see the pre-snap. It's funny. This was not like an audible based on alignment. This is just everybody knew it's going to be going to the left. Again, it's going to be a zone left blocking scheme. Again, watch the flat foot, the left foot of everybody is going to take a flat step as soon as the ball is snapped. Boom, right there. So what we're doing is we're just pulling these guys. It's just creating better blocking angles, okay? So whenever you see this right here, watch this guy and this guy. We got Richburg and Lakin coming across. So these guys just have the simple, just down block. They are going to get out in front and be able to create space and better blocking angles. Pick up your first threat. Look at Western Richburg right here. Get out to the second level. Get through the garbage, which is one of the hardest things for the center because, one, you've got to make a difficult snap because you're pulling, so your body is, the angles are all jacked up. Then you got to get through the trash. Then you've got to track down a shifty secondary guy, which is not easy. So he gets through the trash, 58 there. Now he's got to make this play. Now, if this corner or safety or whatever, it doesn't matter, he has outside leverage, he's got to have somebody filling in the alley player in the run responsibility, but this is blocked up, this is blocked up, this is blocked up. Just a great job, and then after that, Tevin Coleman's speed, you don't catch him, especially if you're a linebacker. That is a nice touchdown. All right, here we go. This is my favorite pass of Jimmy Garoppolo, and it's a simple pass. It's the opposite hash to the out route to Marquise Goodwin. Let's just show it real quick. Boom, just puts it on the money. Now, let's step back and why I love this pass so much. This is the hardest pass to make in the NFL. Opposite hash to the sideline because the angle, literally if you draw the angle in the passing route, if it's off or behind, it's a pick six. So you've got to show arm strength. It's an anticipation throw. Once he sees that it's man right there, you just got to step into your throw, which is wonderful. I mean, the way that he got his weight forward on that and followed through, the mechanics are just wonderful. Right there is just great. Now, also, let's give our O-line a shout out right here. You're going to have Juszczyk come out, but watch how Justin School does against the spin move of Myles Garrett. Yep, right there in your face. Go ahead. I'm just going to wall you off. That's a perfect passing lane for our quarterback, and just right there on the money. Even if it's not caught, it's safe. It's going to go incomplete. That's it. But that I personally thought that was the best pass of the entire game from Jimmy Garoppolo. If we can get some more timing and anticipation throws like that right on the money, we're going to be just fine. Okay, here we go. This is, again, we're going to just stay with Goodwin. He's going to be up here, and this is against zone coverage, finding the soft spot in the zone versus a play action. Again, pay attention to what we got up front. We've shown this formation a few times, but we usually motion out and create a little bit more of a spread formation, but we don't do that here. We just come up, get into the line, and we jump straight into it. I mean, look how heavy of a max protect this is. And so we're going to show a run look, play action there, boom. Now, we only have 2 guys out on a route. That's it. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. So we know we're going to have some time protecting the quarterback here. Now it's up to the wide receivers to just find a soft spot. Again, you can tell everybody's looking at the quarterback. That means it's not man, and you've just got to, the rule is this: zone, sit, man, run. It's zone. There's nobody around them. Don't run into coverage. You literally just sit down. So let's go back real quick. Watch the release at the top of the screen. He realizes right there, you're not going to beat that guy deep. And so as Marquise Goodwin is going, and you're going to see him right here, as soon as he realizes, Marquise Goodwin's the fastest person in the NFL. Maybe Breda's on his level, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to outrun this guy. He's got a 7-yard cushion, and he's turning to open up his hips to get more depth. Same thing here, turning to get more depth. If that's the case, you set that down right there. Boom, breaks. Look at that separation. Now you just got to wait for your quarterback to get the ball in that spot. Perfect job there just against a soft zone. Wonderful protection up front. Even though they got some pressure, you had enough time to get the play off. This is the Kittel touchdown. We've been waiting all season for you. It had 2 called back by penalties, but here we go. Very, very simple route. Just runs right past everybody for the touchdown. Now, if we go back to the start of the play, all of the motion's going to help us out tremendously with figuring out where the hell the safety went. So right here, our first thing, we come out with the empty look. Now he's going to motion in. Okay, so that's going to change man responsibilities as soon as he crosses this player right here. So if we go back just to the start, it's very, very easy man concept. But right here we have 1, 2, 3 threats. Okay, 1, 2, 3 covers. So you've got these guys right here, and they're going to be in the middle zone. As soon as the number 2 crosses the number 3, this changes their responsibilities in the pass game. Now, once he changes the side of the quarterback, now he's not even going to be counted with these players. It's going to change their responsibilities as well, and it's going to change the safety's responsibility. Okay, but we're not done. We're going to bring somebody back over. Now the numbers change right there. So now it's 1, 2, 3, and as soon as use check crashes, now it's 1, 2, 3. That's what tells these guys who their responsibility is. Now the outside corner, he's just locked up on one outside. That's okay. Not that big of a difference. But as soon as he clears and they snap the ball, you can kind of see right here. He goes with 2, the outside guy there, which is going to leave George Kittle one-on-one with the linebacker with no safety help because the pressure here. Kyle Juszczyk's not running a seam route up the middle of the field. That's not even a play that we have. Just a horrible call right there. And again, with all the pre-snap motions, this guy had to change his responsibilities and coverage 5 different times. That's going to create this hole. This does not exist in this type of coverage. But because of the pre-snap motion, you're going to double team a fullback trying to go on a seam route. They just didn't have time to process what was coming their way. And that responded with the Kittel touchdown. Now, these last 2 plays are just, again, George Kittle icing the game. It's 3rd down and long, and we are backed up. And what we're going to do is just say, our man's better than your man. Throw it to Kittle. Now, where he catches the ball right here, it's not much of a route. We're just saying this guy can't bring down this guy. He does a basketball kind of box out. I'm just going to put my back to you. I'm going to catch the ball. Now, he's at the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. He's got to get to here. You can see up here where the marker is. He's got to get 6 yards, even though he has already made contact. He just refuses to go down and dives forward. If you want to know why George Kittle's the best tight end in football, not close, it's little things like this. So he kept the drive going and continues to ice the game, but he's not done. The very next 3rd down, we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side of the field. Just going to run a simple out route on 3rd down. Very, very simple. We're going to get the ball in the hands of our playmaker. Now, look again. We've got 2 defenders. Here is the line to gain. If we don't get there, we have to punt. Okay? So what does George Kittle do? No way in hell I'm going down. No way I'm diving. In fact, I'm going to be fought over. Again, this is where contact should have happened. This is where the line to gain is going to be. George Kittle just wills his way. Again, watch this again, fight through 4 different defenders at different points to make sure he gets the first down. Contact is made. Look at this. You've got just broke 1 tackle. You've got 3 guys right here. Best case scenario, he should get right here to the 44. But nope. I'm going to fight through, get 3 extra yards, even though it's not needed. Whenever you're up by 28 points, this is who this guy is. He is going to fight through everything.